Hey folks, before we dive in, drop a comment below and let me know where you're tuning in, from your city, your country, wherever. And if you've ever had to deal with one of those neighbors who just knows the rules don't apply to them, the type smash that like button and subscribe for more real-life drama. Oh, and check out my second channel for some even crazier stories. All the links are in the description. So here's how it went down. I'm Marcus Johnson. And believe me when I say I never imagined a lousy grocery run would blow up my whole week, maybe even my whole outlook on this neighborhood. But that's exactly what happened. I'll paint the picture for you. It's a sharp, cold afternoon in Willow Creek, the kind of suburb where the lawns are perfect and the real dirt is buried way deeper than anybody admits. I'd just come off a rough shift with the PD. Hell, I'd just buried one of my closest friends that morning, a good man tough as nails who'd fought cancer longer than most folks would have stood a chance. Then I went straight into some town council meeting pushing for this program. I'm trying to get off the ground for at-risk kids, and by the time I was free, I was running on fumes, emotionally shot, head pounding, and just hungry for something simple, maybe a little peace. All I wanted was a couple steaks, some broccoli, a lemon, maybe some rice head, home, make dinner, crack a beer, and just let the day slide off my shoulders. So I swung by Golden Harvest, the kind of grocery store where the bread smells like it was baked for the queen and the prices make you think twice. Not my usual joint, but it was right on the way, and I honestly didn't have the gas in the tank to care. Now I'm not blind, a 6'3" black guy in a wrinkled suit, rolling through a store full of yoga pants and Mercedes SUVs. Yeah, you get the stares, but at this point, I just want to get in and get out. So I'm rolling through the aisles, minding my business, and all of a sudden I hear this voice sharp clipped like somebody trying to slice the jazz music in half. "Do you even speak English?" I said, the organic milk from the back, "not this handled junk." I peek around and there's this woman I'd find out later. Her name's Vivian Harrove, standing there, looking like she's about to call the manager on God. She's got this hairdo that probably has its own mortgage sunglasses inside, designer everything, just laying into this poor stock kid, maybe 16, who's stammering and apologizing like he just crashed her car. She's one of those queen bee of the HOA, runs her mouth, and the neighborhood with the same iron fist fines people for their mailbox, not matching the exact beige shade in the handbook, you know what I mean? But the real kicker, that attitude isn't just for show. Turns out Vivian and her husband, Reginald, local developer, big man about town, they'd been skimming money off the HOA for years, using it to flip properties, rig votes, squeeze out anyone they thought didn't belong, all while pretending they're these upstanding pillars of Willow Creek. But I didn't know any of that yet. I just kept moving, checked out with my groceries, said hey to Mia at the register. She's got a brother on the force, always sweet, and headed out. Sun was going down, shadows long on the parking lot. I popped the trunk of my old sedan, started tossing bags in. My phone buzzed. It's Chief Ramirez, my boss and longtime friend, just checking in after the funeral. "You holding up?" she says. Her voice steadied me, always has. We talked a minute. Then I hang up and my last bag is gone. Gone. I check the ground, check the trunk again, start wondering if I'm losing it. Then I spot her, Vivian, 50 feet away, at her sparkling white Escalade, tossing my broccoli, lemon, and rice into her tote like she just bought them herself, humming a little tune, not a care in the world. I swear in that moment my jaw almost hit the pavement. This is a woman who's dripping pearls, married to a guy who's been scooping up land on the cheap thanks to those HOA votes nobody else seems to know about. And now she's stealing my dinner. It wasn't about the groceries. It was a power trip, just taking what she wanted because she could, like she's the boss of everybody else's story. So I walk over, calm, steady, not waving my badge or making a scene. "Excuse me, ma'am, I think there's been a mix-up. That's my bag you just took from my cart." She spins around, stares me down, eyes cold and calculating, sizing me up like I don't even belong in the same airspace. "What do you want?" she snaps. And I say, "That's my stuff. You grabbed it when I was on the phone. Can you just hand it over? No big deal." But to her, everything's a big deal, especially if it means she's got to give an inch. She gives me that smirk, the kind that says she's used to being right even when she's dead wrong. Your stuff. Don't be ridiculous. I bought this. Are you accusing me of something? Are you harassing a woman alone? And just like that, she flips it from thief to victim in about 2 seconds flat, her voice climbing high enough to get the whole parking lot's attention. How dare you? You're trying to rob me, you're threatening me. You see a woman alone and you think you can just... The show's on. People freeze by their cars watching the scene. One guy lingers with his cart. She's got the script and society knows the cues. Helpless white lady, big black guy, you fill in the blanks. I keep my voice low, trying not to give anybody a reason to jump to the wrong conclusion. I'm not harassing anyone. I just want my groceries. You know what? Keep the bag. But she's dialing her phone already. You're a thug in a fancy suit. I'm calling the police. That word, you know, the one just hangs there, ugly and sharp. Suddenly, this isn't about groceries. It's about putting me in my place, about using the police as her personal bodyguards. She's sobbing into the phone. Please, I'm at Golden Harvest. This man is trying to rob me. He's huge. He's aggressive. He's in a suit like he's hiding something. She's painting the picture she wants. And I know how this goes. I've been on the other side of these calls for years, but today I'm the suspect. So what do? Walk away and let her win, or stand my ground and trust that maybe, just maybe, the truth will matter. I lean on the pole, hands out. Nothing threatening. Sirens light up the night, and here come 2 cruisers. Officer Ortiz, new kid, looks like he's about to jump out of his skin, and clean old school, tough but fair. Vivian runs up, tears rolling, telling them her side, and Ortiz is already reaching for his cuffs. Clean separates us, pad out. Let's hear your side. I lay it all out. Funeral groceries, the phone call, seeing her grab my bag. Try to stay professional. Don't let the anger show. Meanwhile, Vivian's really turning it on, crying about how I followed her from inside, how she was terrified. And I can see in Clean's eyes, she's thinking, big guy, older lady, this looks bad. The more I talk, the less anybody seems to hear me. Ortiz wants to cuff me, Vivian's demanding it. I've had enough. Slowly, I pull my wallet, show my badge. Detective Marcus Johnson, Willow Creek PD. Now the tune changes. Ortiz stammers. Clean's eyebrows go up in Vivian's face. You ever see someone try to double down on a lie after they're caught? That's a fake badge. Arrest him. He's impersonating an officer. Clean cuts her off, radios for backup. And then my phone buzzes. It's Ramirez. Marcus, you stay right there. I'm on my way. She rolls up, doesn't even flash her lights, just pure authority in her walk. She listens to Vivian's rant, then turns voice like steel, ma'am, go home, or you're getting charged with filing a false report. Vivian sputters about being a taxpayer and running the HOA, but Ramirez isn't having it. Get in your car, she says, and Vivian finally slinks off, leaving my bag behind. I drive home with that stupid bag of rice feeling the weight. Without that badge, I'd have been cuffed in front of everybody, my whole reputation trashed, all because of how I look and how she tells the story. But of course it doesn't stop there. Next morning, Reginald, her husband, files a complaint, says I harassed his wife, abused my power, threatens to pull funding from the department unless I'm fired. I'm put on leave badge and gun turned in, and internal affairs is on me like I'm some kind of criminal. Lieutenant Hale, twisting every fact, says my grief made me aggressive, my suit made me intimidating, even finds a so-called witness paid off by Reginald to make it stick. I'd given my life to justice, and now it was turned against me, all by this power couple using HOA dues to bankroll their scams, kicking families out for profit. But we didn't give up. Off the books, me, Ramirez, and my partner Lena, we dig into the Harrows. Lena finds the good stuff, shell companies, fake meeting minutes. Reginald's cousin rubber stamping audits. We even pull in a whistleblower accountant who got fired for asking too many questions with records, emails, the whole deal. The final showdown, legendary. We corner Reginald in his glass-walled office. Lena slaps down the file. This isn't about groceries. This is about your entire fraud empire. He blusters, threatens to sue, but he knows it's over. Cops hit their house at the same time. Vivian finally breaks down, confesses everything. They're both arrested, charged with fraud and conspiracy, and internal affairs finally clears me. I get my badge back with honors, but the trial circus. Reginald spins it as some vendetta, but the evidence is solid. Jury comes back guilty. He gets 10 years. Vivian's doing probation at the food pantry, serving soup to the same people she tried to push out. Poetic, right? But you know what? It stays with me. What if I hadn't been a cop? What if there hadn't been a bigger crime to dig up? What if it had just been my word against hers and the only thing on the line was the truth? Makes you think about how easily justice gets twisted, how quickly people fill in the blanks with their own fears and biases. So what do you think? Ever had a neighbor like that or seen justice play out in a way that just didn't sit right? Drop your stories in the comments, hit like if you felt this one, subscribe for more, and let's talk about what's really fair, what's really right, and what we can do when the system goes sideways.